Hi, I'm Aditya, and that's how I learned to create games. I'm from Kerala, and I started my gaming journey when I was, I think, around eight or nine, around that age. It was my grandfather who actually gave me this idea because, like, we were playing some, I think it was Solitaire something, and then he just explained to me like people make these games and then you can also try it. He just wanted me to learn something, just like anything related to coding or something. He just wanted me to learn a skill, but like that actually gave me the idea. Okay, like people create games, people are the one they sit and then make all this stuff. From then on I started to like learn everything I could find about uh, game development. After 10th was when I actually got the access to internet, and that's when I started to learn like, about more about like game development, more about programming. I learned C++, I learned web development, and I wanted to pursue game development courses, but I could not find any good courses that was like near me. It was still far away from me, and my parents were not comfortable with that. So I just took engineering, but I kind of failed engineering a lot. And but I didn't stop the game development. I just pursued it on my own. I just created games on my own. I did my engineering and I completed my engineering, but I just haven't passed it. There's still papers left. I'm thinking if I should even complete that. But yeah, then I would say, when did I start game development? It would be around like when I was 10 years old or something. I would say started game development, but mainly like started to more dive deep into like search about what is game development. And when I was in 10th 10th 11th something, that's when I started to make games, because I didn't have the hardware to make games. I didn't have system to make games. And when I was in 11th, my dad bought a PC, and then he did not use it because he had some traveling to do. So he kept the PC there and then he used the laptop. So I used that PC and then I started making games. It was a Mac, so there wasn't much games I could play. So the only thing I could do was make games. And I started making games. Um, Basically, that's when like uh, dived deep into like which software I should use, like Unity or Unreal, which one would be better. Started searching about that, and then I did try Unreal, but programming was not you know, Unreal and programming was kind of hard for a beginner. So I stick with Unity, and then I started making like small games from Unity. Watched the Brackies, and from then on I just like every time I get free time I just make games. Even after I joined college, uh, even during exam breaks I would still try and make games just for like it would be kind of like uh, stress relief. I just make something that's in my mind, and I was like, yes, I made that. That it's a good feeling. On second year is when I had a mini project, and in that project I connected a database to a game. That was like the first time I actually uh, made something that connects to an external thing. Yeah, that's when I knew like, okay, like I know game development enough to do this. And then I did not stop. I still kept on collecting other stuff, trying out new stuff. Yes, game development is an unconventional choice. But as I said before, I wanted to pursue game development way before I actually knew what game development was. And I always told my parents like I wanted to do this, so and they were quite supportive of it. They were like, "Yeah, do whatever you want." And uh, if there was like some kind of game development course like for like a degree something, I would have joined that. But the places that I called up, there they wouldn't give up too much of information on that. So my father was like reluctant to let me join anywhere. So I joined engineering, and I still told them like I'm doing game development no matter what. So they were like, okay, it's fine. Yeah, they do say like, okay, just study instead of making games. You can pass this and then you can do that. That's what they always told me. Yeah, I still did game development. So I was browsing through Instagram and I was looking for games ideas to build games on, and all these ads came up with game development courses, and there was one with Outscal. There was like free course, this introduction or something like that. So I just applied for everything. Every webinar, everything I could find, this, to get more ideas, and then that's basically how I found out about Outscal. There was like this specific area where Mayank sort of talked about in that, and that was the area. It was like about design patterns, and like it's like something that was missing in my games. So even though I made games, I knew there was like, okay, there's this something that's always missing, and I couldn't figure it out what it was. The games work, yeah, they do, but like the coding was like, no, that's like this what do you call it? This beauty spark thingy that was missing in that, and that was exactly what Mayank sir was told, like he'll teach this. So I was like, yeah, this is exactly what I want. There was like design patterns and something else was there, but like that was exactly the that I wanted. My time at Outscale was like it was really good. I've made a lot of friends. They're still friends. They still contact. We just play games once a week. The toughest part would be, I think it was for me was like interacting with like others, I would say, because I usually don't talk to much people, mainly because like I'm more focused in game development, and then even though if I talk to someone about that they would like they wouldn't understand anything what I'm saying. So I find like a lot of people that was related to like interested in game development, so it was kind of hard for me to talk to them, but then I got like very much interested, and then like learned to do that, especially with like interviews, because I sucked at interviews. I was like so bad because talking to an interviewer was like completely different, and I was very bad at it. And then Malhar was one like who actually told me, okay, you do this, you do this, you do this, and then following that steps, it was like I got really good at it. I was missing that spark in the games that I was making before, and that spark I got that while I was making the final Unity Advanced project, the tank game. And the tank game, like finishing that game and then just looking at the code, it was like I could feel like, okay, I accomplished like the goal that I wanted. That I was like, okay, this is the perfect code that I was looking for. And I went with the next math project and the other the chess system and the math 2 game jam. Both I use everything I learned from the data structures and everything and from the Unity Advanced, and that made what do you call it? It gave me that satisfaction that I was looking for in the games that I was building. Yeah, Malhar helped me a lot inside that. Like I was every single sentence, like I was asking him, is this correct? Is this wrong? Is this the right one? And then he would reply back, no, you say this. He was really helpful there. And I started the placement journey right after the Unity Advance was finished. Just after finish, he put me in the placement pipeline, and I started getting offers. I started accepting the interviews from LinkedIn as well. The first company that I got was Tomo Club. It was an internship. I joined that, and then during that internship, I got a LinkedIn. From a LinkedIn, I got an interview with this Czech Republic company called Oasis Meta Games. Pretty much that's where I'm working right now. So the company I'm working on is called Oasis Meta Games. It's a company in Czech Republic, and they make games for metaverse. So there's a metaverse like called Somnium. It's in the Czech Republic itself. I don't know too much about that, but I make games for that, and then I pushed it into. So they gave me my own world inside that metaverse, so I can just push games into that and then test it out there. Someone is like unsure, if you're unsure about like if game development is the right thing to do, I would say to just just try it out, just make games on it. Like you can go to YouTube and then find like people making games in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So just try and make those games and see if it's like the correct thing for you, like if you like it or not. And like if you want to go with like Unreal, where like you don't have to like if you're not good at coding as well, like they have visual scripting, and even my company uses visual scripting a lot because of the security and everything that it gives us. So visual scripting is also there. Big companies also use visual scripting. So if you're not good, if you don't like coding as well, it's still an option for you. And if you love coding, that's also like there. You can try it out. Just try it out, see if it's see if you like it, and then just decide if you want it or not.